Hey, good day, everybody. Listen, I got two points I want to make, two things I want to say. The first thing is to those who are in power, the so-called powers that be, you have to understand that what's going on is that people feel like their voices are not being heard. And it's not just them feeling like that, because that's what's going on. Anytime an innocent man can be shot down in cold blood in broad daylight and there's no arrest, there's nothing. People have to scream and shout and protest and demonstrate in order for somebody to just make an arrest, for the right thing to happen. We've seen it too many times. People are angry, and I would say it is your fault. It is your fault. You are supposed to bring justice. You are supposed to bring due process, and you're not doing that. So many people have been victimized by the justice system that people are just tired. It's your fault. You have abused your power. You have not been fair. You have been the wrong one. If there's a judge that will falsely allow somebody to be falsely convicted and send somebody to prison and give them a harsher sentence just because of the color of their skin, then the judge is the criminal. The justice system has been criminalized. That's what the problem is. And I know that there's so many people within the justice system, in the media, and all, you're not going to allow anything to change. You don't want anything to change, which brings me to my second point. My second point is this. For those of you who are protesting, those of you who are angry, those of you who are fed up with the system, I'm telling you now, rioting, looting, burning up stuff, that's the easy part. Using this, because you can be angry, you can burn something down, you can tear something up, but then after that's all done with, you got to use this. How are you going to build up now? How do we build up? How do we go from here? I understand you being angry. Hell, I'm angry too. I understand that. But after it's easy to be angry. But after you finish being angry, after you've made your point, after you've said what you've had to say, and you've let that anger out, now you got to use this, because you've torn something down, and now you got to build up something new. And what am I saying? It's time for all of us to get ourselves together and get inside the system that has been doing everybody wrong, and we have to change it from the inside out. Those of you who can, because it's easy to sit on the outside and complain about what's going on the inside of the system. Those who are capable of understanding and learning this system, this injustice system, a so-called justice system, you have to go inside and change it. Those of you who can vote, vote. If you can't vote, if voting isn't even enough, you need to be running by the hundreds. Organize yourself. Every community, everybody needs to get together, have a meeting, and figure out who's the best candidate to represent your community. And that's who you throw your weight behind. Your city council, your county council, your Senate, your House of Representatives, all of these things. Don't just be angry. Don't just get mad. That's the easy part. I'm not saying don't be mad. I'm saying don't just be mad. You understand? Because you cannot beg somebody who behaves as an enemy or somebody who is your enemy. You can't ask them to educate your children. You can't ask them to give you justice. They're not. The evidence is there. This is 400 plus years in the making of the same thing, of injustice, of being denied equality, of being denied the right thing. You can't ask your enemy to educate you or educate your children. They're not going to do it. They're going to miseducate you. Do you understand that? So you have to become the educator. You have to become the defender. You have to become the police officer whether you don't want to hear that or not. For so many y'all out there, if somebody, you sitting at the house, you don't have no job, you ain't nothing to do, well, then you need to go down to the police station and fill out an application. Sir and ma'am, you have to get inside the system and change it, is what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Don't just be angry. Don't just sit down and talk crazy and man, they doing this or they doing that. Yeah, well, if you can change that they to a we, then you can change it. If you were a cop, then you wouldn't be the one standing there allowing your coworker to sit on somebody's neck. You get him off of him, wouldn't you? If you had the badge, if you had the power, if you had the gun, then you would say, hey, man, get off his neck. You put your gun down. Hey, we're not going to do that here. I know because I was a probation officer. And I was able to straighten some things out and level with certain people who were on my case. So I know that. I know that for a fact. You already see that there's power in large numbers. So vote in large numbers. Run in large numbers. Educate yourself in large numbers. It doesn't need to be 2 or 3 of us just representing the millions of people that are frustrated. Get up and do something. It's easy to throw a Molotov cocktail, to toss a trash can through a window. That's easy. The challenging part is to educate yourself. The challenging part is to give yourself some knowledge. Get yourself qualified and certified to change the system from the inside. That's the hard part. I understand you being angry, but don't just be angry and do nothing after that. If you're really angry, then change something. Because you cannot ask your enemies to change. Some of them may not, but it's not on you to sit there and wait for them. Don't sit there and wait on them. You're going to wait another 400 years for somebody to change? We can't do that. You have to make the change yourself. You have to get inside the system and make change. You better vote, run, educate yourself. If you're not happy with the educational system, then you need to become the educator. You need to become the teacher. You need to become the principal. And you can change things. You don't like the way things are being done, then get inside and change it. You don't like unfair sentencing? Well, then you need to become a judge then. You need to become a lawyer then. And you can bring justice. Don't just be angry. The same people out there tearing up stuff and burning up cars and doing that. Get inside the system and change it. Don't just be angry. Take that anger and harness it and put it towards productivity. Put it towards building a new and fair system that'll be fair to everybody. That's what you do. Don't just be angry. It's easy just to tear up stuff. The more challenging part, use your mind. Use your mind to create a new and better system. That's what you do. I'm not saying don't be angry. I'm going to reiterate that I'm not placing blame on anybody. I understand you being angry. I understand the riot. Because when we protested peacefully, all you got was if you weren't ignored, then you got sprayed. You got fire hoses put on you. You got dogs put on you. I understand that. I understand perfectly where you're coming from. I'm angry too. All I'm telling you is, I'm saying it again, do not just be angry. When all this is over with, when the smoke clears, put together a plan. Become the lawyer. Become the doctor. Become the educator. Become the prosecutor. Become the defense attorney. Become the judge. Bring the fairness that you're asking for. Don't ask for it, become it. Don't ask for justice, become justice. Don't ask for fair education, become fair education. That's what you do. That's how you change things. You understand?